Good morning. How are you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. You know, I didn't check my mic. Yeah, the mic's working. Just to make sure. Hopefully you're doing all right. As we head through the day today, we're going to have a lot of cloud cover. Temperatures definitely above average. Now, this week is going to be really interesting because I think as a whole, I think temperatures will be above average, but we're going to have a couple of storm systems headed our way. And really could be interesting as far as weather, and I'm talking about a couple of events. So I made this little graphic here. Christmas Eve, and I'm talking about after 9 p.m. Christmas Eve after 9 to around 3 a.m. on Christmas morning. There is a chance for some severe storms. Now, this time of the year, not a slam dunk situation at all. Usually we've got like low cape and high shear kind of environments, and those never really work out, or they don't usually work out. But I think this one may be a little different, so there is a very slight risk for severe storms. But boy, if they pop Christmas Eve into early Christmas morning, some of those could be severe with large hail and maybe a few isolated tornadoes. I think this is east of San Antonio, by the way. I would say from around New Braunfels to Goliad and then eastward from there. Christmas Day, once this front pushes through, I think it's going to be okay. Probably we'll have some clouds, so clouds and sun, slightly cooler, high about 71, but still that's above average for this time of the year. And then Christmas, the day after Christmas, another storm system comes in. Now with this one, it's the Storm Prediction Center. They're talking about it, but it is possible that if we stay cloudy all day and have like some overrunning, then I'm not so concerned about severe storms. But if we start to see some sunshine and then that system dips a little bit further to the south, then east of San Antonio again, we could be looking for the risk for some severe storms. So anyway, that's the way I see it. Outside right now, we've got kind of partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies. Temperature already at 70. We're going to be in the mid 70s today. So again, temperatures well above average for this time of the year. Our low this morning was 20 degrees above where we should be. We've just been running above average lately. Record low, 6 degrees, set back in 1989. It can get cold this time of the year. I don't see any of that really cold air from the Arctic or from the polar areas plunging southward. I don't see that until maybe, I'll go ahead and let the cat out of the bag. Why not? In my opinion, sometime in the mid part of January, we may have to watch out, but that's a long way away from here. Record high 83, set back in 1972. All right, taking a look out there. We've got a cloudy shot looking westbound from the airport. Temperatures primarily in the 70s this afternoon, kind of mostly to partly cloudy, 76 degrees for a high temperature. Not really many showers showing up. There are some showers around Goliad, Victoria. By the way, the showers are not doing a zigzag. Sometimes with the satellite, the way that the images come in, I don't know if it's the satellite kind of shaking a little bit or what's going on, but that's kind of what's happening there. Of course, the radar has nothing to do with the satellite now that I think about it. But anyway, I'm not exactly sure. It must be a computer issue or something. But there are a few showers. I get the point is there are a few showers down to the south and east, down around Victoria. Okay. Let me answer a few more questions before we go any further here. Let's see here. Rudy, let's see, how much time do I have? I've got a few minutes. All right, Rudy, we have polar air beginning of January. I think we will have some of that. You must have watched earlier. I think we will see some of that. Not really major polar air. I'd say more continental air, but it definitely should be cooler for the first week of January. I'll get to that here in just a second. Is it Bill Taylor's birthday today? Anybody know? Somebody says it's Bill Taylor's birthday. Is it?
They say that on a lot of streams.
Oh, they do? Oh, okay. Well, you know, Bill Taylor, he's very popular guy. So if it is his birthday, it's not, by the way, I don't think. Hello, Liz. How are you? Okay, let's see. David Bellis, here's his joke for the day. I was dining with a chess champion, and they had a red and white checkered tablecloth, but when I asked him to pass the salt, it took 20 minutes. Ha! I guess because he's having to think about it. That's funny, Dave. All right, shout out to Windsor Oaks Nursing Home on the south side. All right, Jacob. And Rudy, never mind, you answered my question. And hey, Jacob. Hey, happy birthday, Bill Taylor. All right. And Gabriella, hi. How are you doing? Hopefully, y'all are doing good. Okay, temperature right now 70 degrees. It's in the 60s at Bernie. Kerrville's in the 60s as well. Victoria's in the mid 70s. Hey, if you've got a trip planned today, if you're catching the flight, going to go see Aunt Sally somewhere in the northern part of the country. It is cold. Let's see. Here's what the highs should be. Up around Bismarck, not as bad as it has been. It's been really cold up there in Bismarck, by the way. Near 30, near freezing for a high. Minneapolis, St. Paul, near freezing. There is some snow. Michigan, over towards Buffalo, New York. Nothing new about that. And it is cold across New England, in case you're wondering. Okay, so let's take a look at this weather pattern. This is the mid and upper levels, for the most part, kind of zonal across the country. So that really locks the colder air up across the northern U.S. and into Canada, and we end up being mild, and that's exactly what we've got. We're going to have a couple of systems diving down. This is just one computer model. This is the European computer model, but I think it's doing a pretty decent job. Where you see the red there, and like that little U-shaped feature, where you see the red, that's basically showing not instability, what's the word I'm looking for, anyway, lift in the atmosphere. It's vorticity, but I didn't want to use vorticity. But anyway, lift in the atmosphere. We're kind of right on the tail end, and that'll be Christmas Eve into early Christmas Day. But I think we may have just enough that we could have some strong thunderstorms to severe just east of San Antonio. And then I think we catch a break for Christmas Day. And then here comes that next one that I was talking about. And again, most of the lift kind of off to the north. Just depends on what computer model you're looking at. So Thursday's a little iffy, especially if we're cloudy all day. We just won't have the buoyancy to get those thunderstorms popping. That's on Thursday. But it's still a very slight possibility. Okay, so let me put this together for you. As we head into the afternoon, high temperatures in the mid 70s, kind of partly to mostly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, fog first thing in the morning. We're going to cloud up in the morning, and then we'll see a little sunshine, kind of partly to mostly cloudy again. Highs in the mid 70s. Okay, so here we go into Christmas Eve night. Notice look at that. Look at those big thunderstorms. This is just one computer model. This is the graph, but the graph does a really good job, and some other computer models are pointing to big thunderstorms. Notice again, this is mainly east of San Antonio. So like I said, draw a line basically from New Braunfels to Goliad and then eastward from there. I think that's primarily going to be it. But if these thunderstorms do materialize and do pop, they'll have the tendency to produce some pretty large hail. Got a really cold core moving in over south central Texas. It's going to make it very unstable. We'll also have some directional shear, so isolated tornadoes are possible. I know this is not the favorable time of the year, but definitely looks possible, that is for sure. Okay, let's get to the 14-day really quick here. High temperatures today will be in the mid 70s. I've got a KENS 5 weather impact alert for Tuesday night, which is Christmas Eve night, into early Christmas Day because of that possibility of some strong to severe thunderstorms, primarily east of San Antonio. And then for Christmas Day, mixture of clouds and sun, a little cooler, not a whole lot cooler, but a little bit, high 71. And then on Thursday, that's another impact day, probably because we'll have some nagging showers. There is that outside chance that some of the storms could be severe east of San Antonio again. So we went ahead and made that a KENS 5 weather impact alert day. And then on Friday, 77 over the weekend. High temperatures could get close to 80 on Saturday with southwesterly winds. Sunday, 75. Monday, 76. And then here comes another. This is going to be modified polar air coming in on New Year's Eve. So I think New Year's Eve could definitely be kind of chilly, not really cold, but kind of chilly. High temperatures on New Year's Day at around 60, so 50s for a good part of the day. And I'm going to make highs in the 50s for the second and the third as well. So starting off the new year a little on the chillier side, and then we should rebound a little bit for the 4th and the 5th. And then mid-January, perhaps some colder air, but that's way, 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 way down the road. All right, well, thank you so much. We really appreciate you streaming, and hope you have a Merry Christmas. I'll be back around tomorrow again, but definitely watch noon, 4, 5, 6, and 10, and watch us tomorrow morning. All right, appreciate you, and we will see you later. Thanks.